Hello, my name is Michael Orlando Gómez, and I am presenting this video for the Offensive Security course led by Professor Jesse Alvarez Mata of the Master's degree in Digital Security at the Pontificia Universidad Javeriana. Then we'll, we will make a brief explanation about the Mitre framework. For this illustrative example, we will use the fictitious company, very vulnerable SAS. Remember that this is a purely academic exercise and I cannot be held responsible for minutes of this material. Okay. You can see a video on an article in the description this content. Good. The Mitre framework is a cybersecurity model that helps companies detect, prevent, and respond to cyber attacks. It is a reference matrix that lists the different types of attacks that organizations can suffer and the tactics, techniques, and procedures used by attackers to carry out such attacks. The functionality of the Mitre framework for an enterprise lies in its ability to provide a deeper understanding of attackers' tactics and techniques, enabling organizations to take more effective preventive and response measures. With the Mitre framework, enterprise can have an overview of the threat landscape and be better prepared to protect it against attacks. And the Mitre framework is based on a defense in depth approach, which involves implementing multiple layers of security to protect the organizations against a wide range of threats. With the Mitre framework, companies can identify the tactics, techniques, and procedures used by attackers and take proactive steps to protect against them. In short, the Mitre framework is a valuable tool for companies looking to improve their cybersecurity posture. It allows them to have a better understanding of the threats they face and take proactive steps to mitigate the risk. Okay, the first steps for this framework is the next. You can see step by step for these metrics. The phishing techniques and cyber attacks are comprehensive overview. In this video, we will provide an overview of the various topics related to phishing and cyber attacks, including reconnaissance, resource development, initial access, execution, persistence, privilege escalation, defense evasion, credential access, discovery, lateral movement, collection command and control, exfiltration, and impact. Reconnaissance. Reconnaissance is the initial stage of a cyber attack, where the attacker gathers information about their target. The phishing for information involves tricking victims into revealing confidential information through fake message they appear legitimate. Your mitigation is use anti-spoofing and email authentication mechanisms to filter message based and validity checks of the sender domain. 2. Research development. Compromising accounts is a technique used by attackers to gain access to accounts that already have connections with their potential targets. Attackers can compromise accounts by collecting credentials using phishing techniques, by credentials from third-party sites of brute forcing credentials. 3. Initial access or phishing. The phishing is one of the most common methods used by cybercriminals to access diverting systems. Phishing messages may contain malicious attachments or links that are used to execute malicious code on victim systems. 4. Execution. The attackers can use third-party software installed on an enterprise network to move laterally across the network. The systems can be used for administrative purposes and are commonly found on enterprise network environments such as CCM, HBSS. 5. Persistence. Attackers have the ability to settings on systems so that a programs run automatically during system startup or login, thus allowing a higher level of privilege of persistence and compromised systems. 6. Privilege escalation. Attackers can configure operating systems settings to automatically run a program during systems startup or logon to maintain persistence or to obtain greater privilege on compromised systems. Defense evasion. Attackers use various techniques to evade detection and avoid security measures, including using encryption anti-decoding techniques and antivirus evasion techniques. Credential access. Attackers can use various techniques to obtain valid account credentials, including stealing password using keyloggers and stealing credentials from memory and capturing network traffic. Discovery. Attackers use various techniques to discover information about the network and systems they have compromised, including network mapping, system enumeration, and vulnerability scanning. Lateral movement. After gaining access to a system, attackers attempt to move laterally across the network to reach other systems and obtain sensitive information. Collection. Attackers use various techniques to collect sensitive information, including screen captures, keylogging, and network traffic sniffing. The mitigations, you can see this type of attack techniques cannot be easily mitigated, while prevent the control. You can antivirus for the first step for the mitigation. Command control. Attackers use various techniques to maintain control over the compromised system, including using remote access tools and command and control servers. Exfiltration. Attackers use various techniques to exfiltrate data from the compromised system, including email, file transfer, and command and control channels. And finally, the impact. The final stage of a cyber attack is the impact on the target systems, which can include data loss, system failure, or other damage. To protect against phishing and other cyber attacks, it is important for users to be aware of the risk, use security tools, and engage in cybersecurity awareness and education. By understanding the various techniques used by cybercriminals, individuals and organizations can better protect themselves from falling victim to cyber attacks. Thanks.